Have you been considering a move to El Dorado Hills, but you're wondering what it's like to eat, work, play, sleep, adventure, and live there? Then this video's for you. I'm Rich Curtis with eXp Realty, and I've been selling homes here for nearly 2 decades. And in this video, I'm gonna go over the 5 pros and 5 cons of living in El Dorado Hills, California. Now at the end, I'm gonna go over one maybe that's specific to living here, and you'll have to tell me, is it a pro or is it a con? So stick around for that. All right, let's get stuck right into it. First off, generally, what is El Dorado Hills like? Well, just like all of El Dorado County is known for its scenery, El Dorado Hills is no exception. It's gorgeous here, and being at the base of the foothills gives it fulsome lake views, as well as downtown Sacramento skyline views in some locations. The sunsets are amazing here, and the natural beauty combined with the endless things to do makes El Dorado Hills an amazing place to live. Now, different than most of El Dorado County, most of the homes you'll find here are in subdivisions and some in gated communities. This area offers resort-style living in the foothills. Okay, on to pro number 1, excellent schools. All of our local public schools here in El Dorado Hills are excellent. They all get an 8 or above out of 10 score on gradeschools.org, with the local high school, Oak Ridge High, getting a 10 out of 10 score and having an amazing athletics program to boot. No matter which school you choose, you can't go wrong in El Dorado Hills, and we have a lot of charter school options for you here as well. Now, pro number 2 is outdoor lifestyle. All of El Dorado County is known for its excellent outdoor lifestyle opportunities, and El Dorado Hills is no exception. Whether you're putting in your powerboat, kayaking, paddleboarding, mountain biking, or just hiking, Browns Ravine access to Folsom Lake is an amazing outdoor space to explore. And it doesn't stop there. There are so many great trails to choose from. Monte Vista, New York Creek, Old Salmon Falls, and Sweetwater, just to name a few. And that doesn't even begin to name all of the awesome parks in El Dorado Hills, including our personal favorite, Promontory Park, with their awesome splash park area for the kids. This is great for hot summer days, and we've hosted several birthday parties here. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you send someone down early to grab a spot under the picnic shade structure, because it does fill up fast in the summer. But there's also El Dorado Hills Community Park, Ridgeview Park, Lake Forest Park, and Peter Bartleson Park, just to name a few. And that doesn't even begin to cover the amazing recreational opportunities available at the El Dorado Hills Community Services District, which I'll get into next. Now, pro number 3 for families moving to El Dorado Hills has to be the El Dorado Hills Community Services District. Now, these are great facilities, and we have one in most of our foothills communities. There's a similar one in Placerville and in Cameron Park, but the one in El Dorado Hills is the most extensive play area all in one spot anywhere in the foothills. It is awesome for entertaining the kids. There's a top park with shade structure. There's a big kid play park. There's a skate park, a teen center, and a huge community swimming pool, complete with a sloped beach entry to play with the toddlers. It doesn't get any better than this, and there's even more in the Community Service District North. In the north section, creatively named El Dorado Hills Community Services District North, there's a baseball field, a soccer field, and a dog park. When it comes to entertaining the family, it doesn't get any better than this. Okay, if at the end of this video you still aren't sure if El Dorado Hills is the place for you and your family, feel free to reach out to me via the contact information on your screen or in the description down below. I've been selling homes here for nearly 20 years, and I get calls every day from families just like yours that need help on deciding where to land in El Dorado County, and I'm always happy to help. So the CSD is great for entertaining the kids, but what about the adults in the family? That's where pro number 4 comes in, the El Dorado Hills Town Center. This functions as the downtown of El Dorado Hills and is complete with countless restaurants, pubs, shops, a California Welcome Center, and a large movie theater. There's also a great hotel here, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, complete with a swimming pool and access to all the great things that Town Center has to offer, including the beautiful lagoon where you can go for a nice stroll at the end of the evening. Now, if you're thinking about relocating here, this makes a great place to stay while you're in town looking at houses, and it's a great place for family to stay when they come to visit you. Town Center is also host to a ton of community events. Weekly farmers markets and live free concerts in the summer, Cars and Coffee, Elf on the Boulevard, Fall Festival, pictures with the Easter Bunny, pictures with Santa, the Halloween Parade, the menorah lighting, and more. There is always something fun to do at Town Center, and I'll leave a link in the description down below to their annual calendar of events. Pro number 5, and the last pro on our list today, has got to be proximity. El Dorado Hills is in an amazing location, both for commuting to Sacramento for work, or heading back to the Bay Area for fun, friends, or family, or for heading up the hill and hitting the slopes. At just 10 minutes to Folsom, 40 minutes to downtown, 49 to the airport, an hour and 45 to South Lake Tahoe, 2 hours to San Francisco, and 2.5 hours to San Jose, El Dorado Hills is in an excellent location. In addition to that, you can be on the beach in Stinson Beach, Bodega Bay, or Point Reyes in 2.5 to 3 hours. El Dorado Hills is centrally located to the very best Northern California has to offer, whether it be city or nature. Okay, on to the cons. Now, I love El Dorado County and all of our communities here, and I think they represent the very best quality of life that Northern California has to offer. But there are things unique to every community that are important to know before you move there. So here we go with 5 cons of living in El Dorado Hills. All right, con number 1 is traffic. Since El Dorado Hills is the first community over the county line into El Dorado County, and so many El Dorado County residents work down in Sacramento County, there's a fair bit of traffic coming in and out of El Dorado Hills at peak commute times, early morning and early evening. And we got a little reprieve with this a few years back when they opened the second exit in El Dorado Hills, the Silva Valley Parkway exit, but you're still gonna deal with a little bit of traffic at the commute times. Also, El Dorado Hills Boulevard is how you access literally everything in El Dorado Hills. From shopping to restaurants to schools to neighborhoods, El Dorado Hills Boulevard is how you get to it all. And it's a small road with a lot of stoplights. Now, most of the day, it's free-flowing and great, but you are gonna experience traffic here during the peak traffic times. Hey, if you've made it this far and you're getting anything at all out of this video, click the like button, hit subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss another crucial video to help you with your move to El Dorado County. Con number 2 is the cost of homeowners insurance. Now, due to all the fires in the state over the last decade, including the ones down south, the cost of homeowners insurance has risen across the board. So it's important as soon as you're looking at any home and considering buying it to get an insurance quote ASAP. Now, this is something I can help you with by connecting you with a great local agent who's familiar with our local issues regarding homeowners insurance. Also, early on in your search, you need to make sure that your lender is using an appropriate amount for the insurance portion of your estimated mortgage payment, or else you're going to get a nasty surprise at the end of your transaction. This is another reason it's so important to be working with a local realtor, local lender, and local insurance agent so you're getting accurate information right from the get-go. Con number 3 is PG&E. El Dorado Hills is on PG&E for power, and PG&E is relatively expensive power for the state of California. Now, if you're used to SMUD rates, say, in Sacramento, or Southern California Edison rates for our folks relocating from down south, the cost of PG&E power can really blow your hair back. So it's best to familiarize yourself with those costs early and plan accordingly. To help you with that, I've got a video on the cost of living in El Dorado Hills that I'll link at the end of this one that gives you those costs and all of the other costs associated with living here. Con number 4 is high home prices. As I said before, El Dorado Hills offers luxury living in the foothills, and that comes at a cost. Now, there are older neighborhoods with some more affordably priced homes, but at the time of the making of this video, the average home price in El Dorado Hills is north of $1,052,000. Now, does that mean if you don't have $1 million to spend that there's nothing here for you in El Dorado Hills? Well, thankfully, no. The bottom of the market is around $550,000 if you're willing to accept a smaller, older home that needs some updating. Now, there's more information on this in that video I mentioned before about the cost of living in El Dorado Hills, which has an entire section on home prices, and I'll link to that at the end for you. Con number 5 is less backyard swimming pools. Now, this probably seems like a funny one, but over nearly 20 years of selling homes both here and in Folsom, I've noticed that Folsom has far more backyard swimming pools than El Dorado Hills does. Now, I think there's 2 reasons for this, the first of which being the ground here in the foothills is a lot rockier, which drives up the cost of putting in a backyard pool. Secondly, most homes in El Dorado Hills are in a subdivision, which has an HOA, which has a clubhouse with significant community infrastructure, including great pools for you and the kids to use that you don't have to maintain. Serrano's got a pool, Blackstone's got a pool, Heritage has a pool, even an indoor pool that you can use year-round. Now, these pools, in my opinion, are the best kind of pools because any pool I don't have to maintain is the best kind of pool. But if a backyard swimming pool is top on your list of must-haves in your new home, then you might have an easier time finding one in Folsom rather than El Dorado Hills. Now for our maybe a pro, maybe a con. El Dorado Hills is made up of subdivisions, HOAs, and shopping based in traditional strip mall type environments. Now, for some people relocating to El Dorado County for that more rural foothills living type of vibe, this may not fit the bill. For others relocating from San Jose, San Francisco, or LA, this may make El Dorado Hills more accessible because it will feel more like home. Now, regardless of the strip malls and subdivisions, it's going to have the more slow and relaxed pace of life that El Dorado County is known for, and it's sure to have a more laid-back vibe than wherever you're coming from. So you'll have to decide, are the subdivisions and strip malls a pro or a con for your family? Okay, that wraps up our list of 5 pros, 5 cons, and 1 maybe for El Dorado Hills. And I hope this information has given you a good feeling for what it's like to really live in El Dorado Hills, California. But of course, none of this information will really be of any use to you if you don't know first whether you can afford to live in El Dorado Hills or not. So for that, click this video right here on the cost of living in El Dorado Hills. And if you'd like to weigh the pros and cons of some of our other El Dorado or Sacramento County communities, click this pros and cons playlist right here. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.